That means that the first packet will have 0 for time value, the second might have 4, the third 10, the fourth might 12 or even 20, and so on. It depends on the device speed or pen report rate. For example, the Wacom DTU 1141B have PRR of 200, at least by the manufacturer statement. In any case, you should not expect a fixed interval values between the packets. The device weights are average, so the time gaps between the packets might change a bit, like 0, 5, 8, 12, 12, 25, etc. Here are a few examples for H5 signature strings. It starts with a number that represents the total packets count in this signature, followed by a double pound. In the first example, we have a total of 1035 packets. After the double pound, we add the X, Y, pressure, and time values of the first packet, separated by commas, followed by a single pound. After that, we add the X, Y, pressure, and time values for the second packet, followed by a single pound, and so on until the last packet. The H5 string ends with a pound of the last packet data. So, each time the authentication server API expects a signature parameter, this is the expected format. We have here a collection of 5 signatures in H5 format. So let's try creating a profile from those signatures. The first step to create a profile is to validate that all the signatures share roughly the same biometrics, so we can verify future signatures against this new profile. Here's the API for the validation step, and only if the method approves, we will continue to the second phase of actually register the profile, which is the enroll method. If we'll try to enroll profile without validating it first, we will probably get an exception. So let's start with the validate method. It's a put, and this is the URL. We have no URI parameters, and we have this JSON object for the request parameters. We don't need those. We can see here that we have a JSON object with signatures property that is actually an array of strings, and each string represents one H5 signature. So let's copy the signatures from here. Before I will copy the signatures, I will just add an apostrophe and comma to separate them properly as an array. This is it. Now let's copy. And paste here. Okay, we should have here the 5 signatures as an array of strings of H5 format. Let's validate them. What an error. Okay, we have a mistake in the API URL. Now we'll validate, and it's a valid profile. And if it wasn't a valid profile, then I will get here the index number of the signature in the array that I should replace in order to try again. In other words, it will give me here the index of the most unmatched signature of all the array, so I can replace it and try again. And also I can see that the consistency level, it's set on 82. So I have a valid profile, and now I can move to the next phase and to register it, to enroll it. So let's see. Enroll a new customer profile. Always call this method only after the profile is confirmed valid with the validate method, or exception will be thrown, as I said before. Here I see that I have the same JSON object as a parameter, no URI parameters, and this is a post request with enroll. So we go back here, we paste it here, this time only one API, we set it to post, and we send. And we have status OK, and we get a new profile GUID. So in the future, whenever we want to verify a customer signature against a profile, we call this profile by this GUID. This is the profile identifier from now on. After we have created a new profile, we have enrolled profile. Let's see how we can verify a signature, a customer signature against this profile. This will be the last method that I will demonstrate on the API. So we have done the validation, the enrollment, and now we will do the verify. This is a put request, and it's API profile verify the profile GUID that we saw when we enrolled the profile, and the threshold, as you can see here, is an optional. It's not mandatory. We have 3 levels of threshold: a server threshold, an organization threshold, a profile threshold, and transaction threshold. When we want to set a threshold on a transaction level, we add the threshold value in the URL. So let's take this API. Put request, and we'll take the profile GUID from the enrollment. Let's even add it here. And we want to verify this profile against a new signature. Beside the URL parameter of the profile GUID and optional threshold, we should send a signature as an object. So we'll delete this, and we add this object, and in here I'll insert this signature that it consists with the same profile that we just enrolled. Okay, this is it. We send the request, and in response we got a JSON object. It tells us back what the profile this signature was checked against, the result, its verification succeeded, and in what threshold it was done. So this could be the organization threshold or the server threshold, because we didn't set any threshold for the profile. But let's say we want to test it with an higher threshold. We can add the threshold here, 80, and it's still good. If we add 99, if we said 99, I guess it will be rejected. Just for the demonstration, let me take another signature that it has nothing to do with this profile. We paste it here. We'll remove the threshold and we do a request, and the verification rejected, 75 threshold. Let's see if I lower the threshold. It's still rejected. And even in 40 threshold, it's still rejected because it really got nothing to do with this profile. So this is the way we test or we verify signatures against an existing profile. This is it for the demonstration. Of course, you can check the API help page to see the documentation for all the methods in the API. And thanks for watching.